afternoon, y'all. This is Tony coming from the DMV area. For y'all that don't know, DC, Maryland, Virginia, the States. This channel, once again, was made for Nigerian, African, melanin, black, whatever you want to call yourself, intellectuals that want to talk about solutions that can be implemented in Africa, specifically in Nigeria, being that I am Nigerian. And, you know, just to create an environment where we could talk about something serious. We could talk about some points that don't seem to be discussed in our communities when it comes to liberating our brothers and sisters on the continent, in the country. So everyone already knows that Nigerian elections are coming up, and you know, I haven't before paid attention to the Nigerian elections before, but this year, of course, we got some candidates that are more younger and seem to be coming with some sense. But I say all that to say, you know, just from looking at interviews on YouTube of Nigerian news channels interviewing Nigerians on the streets, whether it be young, old, male, female, I keep seeing something that's consistent in their answers. So they'll ask questions like, hey, what do you feel about Atiku? What do you feel about Buhari running again? Who are you going to choose? Who do you feel is doing a good job? And, you know, I hear the same answers, for the most part. I hear a lot of them say, I choose, you know, Buhari, he's doing a good job. He's taking care of corruption. He's doing this. Or for Atiku, Atiku, he's a businessman. He's gonna swing the country where it needs to go. It was actually that specific comment was from a lady. She looks mid-age, and the interviewer, they were just talking about who you gonna pick. And she said Atiku because, he's a businessman. We need a businessman to lead the country, and he's going to do it. And that was really her only point. And she was saying that because, I'm a businesswoman, and we can connect on that. And it was really sad to hear that statement and just hear the blatant ignorance that was coming out of her mouth. And she's not the only one. There's some other ones that, you know, when they speak on their reasons for supporting these two candidates, it's just, I mean, it's mind-boggling that they don't understand that you're getting played by this. It doesn't matter if it's APC or PDP, you're getting played by both of them. None of them are helping progress the country. It's pretty evident by now. I don't know why people are still, especially young. I get the older generation, whatever, but the younger generation, I'm like, you living through this shit. Like, how are you still falling for the same crap? Like, how are you still even believing what they say? Like, they're both over, those two candidates, Atiku and Buhari, they're both over 74 years old, I think. They're over 70 years old. I mean, they're pretty much retirement age. Will be considered retirement age in the U.S. And they're trying to run and lead a nation where the average age is, I believe, 35 years old. You look at the track record, it's terrible for both of them. You can go in specifics, do what you want to do. I mean, it's easy to find where they're lacking severely, but you know, I guess I feel it's needed for us in the diaspora to kind of give some counsel in a respectful way. We don't live there, so of course we got to have that respect. Like, you know, my brothers and sisters that's right there in the country. You know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be like a parent. I'm not trying to come at you like the colonizers come at you and tell your country what they need to do. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just trying to give some friendly advice. y'all really need to vet these candidates and stop listening to what they tell you. Stop listening to what comes out their mind, what comes out their mouth. It's lies. They've proven that they're full of shit. They've proven this time and time again. What you should do is just look at their policies, look at their track record, look at how they treat other tribes that are not theirs. What kind of, what kind of systems do they set up for people that are not a part of their group, their camp? Look at the, just who do they interact with? Because I mean, if you're gonna be a president for the whole nation and you only interact with people that are from your tribe, then how are you gonna connect? How are you gonna understand other people's point of view? You surround yourself with only one type of person. How are you learning? My young brothers and sisters over there in the country, pay attention. Pay attention to the same tricks that they say. Pay attention to the same thing that they do. I mean, like, use some discernment, some spiritual discernment for real. Because I mean, these people are not talking about, they're not in your best interest. Another thing that I kind of, I feel disappointed about is when I see a lot of these young news channels on YouTube. I really try not to say names, but it's particularly one where they don't really talk about other parties or whatever. It's legit TV. I watch their stuff, and a lot of it is heavy on APC, PDP, the same two parties that is that's been in existence since the they had democracy in '99. They don't really talk about any other young parties, young candidates. They don't break down what those parties are about. I mean, they specifically just do interviews, and it gets to a point where it's just like, what's the point of doing interviews if like there's no benefit coming out of it? It's just people, they talk about their position, and you ask the same type questions, and then that's it. And then you go to the next person, and then you look at the comment section, and everyone's just going back and forth. Like there's no transfer of knowledge being done. I mean, it's just monotonous. It's monotonous interviews over and over and over. No one is being educated. No value is being shared. And it's just like, wait, so I mean, you're pretty much setting yourself up to have more or less the same thing that has been going on in Nigeria. There's two candidates that are really big with a lot of the conscious Nigerians in the diaspora for one, and then it's starting to really be a movement, or I guess it's been a movement as far as the young Nigerians over there in the country. Please understand, I'm talking to both like Nigerians in the diaspora and directly to Nigerians inside the country, so you can kind of see my audience seems to flip with my words, but just bear with me. So one is sowore, with the, I think it's AAC. I keep saying take it back. That's his slogan. And the other one is Kingsley. And you all can look at his background. I think I hope I don't say his name wrong, but moghalu. If you look up Kingsley and then look for the candidates that are running, you'll see his name. But it's refreshing to see these two candidates that are suggesting. Hold on, I bet y'all had to avoid an accident. But I mean, basically what I'm saying is, so you got two candidates that seem to be of substance, seem to have their head on straight. They were both educated outside of Nigeria. I think both of them were born in Nigeria, raised a little bit, so they understand the climate. It's not like they completely are removed from that culture. But my thing is, so you got these candidates that are, you know, seem to be for the young people, and they're just not promoted as much as these two old fossils that keep getting this airtime. Now, I already know, like, the older news stations or whatever are going to promote the same people. I mean, that's a given. But for y'all younger news stations, if you're, you know, being for the people and being, or at least the young people, I would think that you'll feel more inclined to talk about the young parties that are coming up, like the young parties that are trying to change the narrative. Give them some airway, give them some you know, some airtime, so that now the conversation has grown to more than just two political parties. You know, we need some options, because I mean, you know, and now just talking from, you know, a Nigerian from the diaspora, just looking in, I'm getting tired of seeing the foolishness when it comes to these elections or these candidates. It's just like, I mean, it's like, man, why how is it that everyone praises us to be highly educated, have all these degrees, and then when it comes to, you know, when we look at the Nigerians in Nigeria, it's just like oh, it doesn't even exist. Like, we're two different people. Now, I believe we're all great. It's just we need some direction. We both groups need to come together and realize, yo, we need to help each other. You know, we all young. We're now all connected, you know, through YouTube. We can talk amongst each other. It doesn't have to be just about just entertainment. We can also share knowledge. It can be about education. You know, it gets annoying when I just keep seeing these YouTube news channels all filled with young people, and it's like they don't really give weight to the other candidates that are young. It's like, man, who are you doing this for? Are you just doing it just so you can be like others, and then, you know, maybe get your so-called big break, and then transfer to what you see your older constituents do? Like, do you want to be fake like that? Like, even those news channels, like, I mean, I really see how self-hate goes deep with our people. It's not just Nigerians, it's like a lot of Africans, due to colonialism. I see how the British whole system and the British way of thinking has really affected us, you know, Nigerians living over there, the American system here, whereas Nigerians in the diaspora. I see that. It's like you try not to be yourself. You try to strive to be like them. And I mean, it's a damn shame. Like, no, you're fine just the way you are. This is about us. Like, they're not gonna help us. They want us to be broken so they can continue to take advantage of us. That's why we need to start talking amongst ourselves and being ourselves and relating to ourselves, and not trying to put on some facade like we're other people, like we British. You know, like we just full-blooded American, and we forefathers and all that other crap. All I'm saying is we need to come together. We need to start talking to each other. You know, us in the diaspora, we have a lot more. We grew up in a system, in a society that works efficiently. We understand what works. We have certain skills, you know, a lot of skills that can be used to benefit Nigerians back home, y'all. And then y'all back home, y'all know the climate. Y'all know the atmosphere. Y'all know the culture better than us. We've been removed from it, obviously, because we live abroad. You know the traditions better than us. We need your link so that we don't forget. We don't forget that. And so we can make Nigeria as powerful and strong as it was before it was colonized. That's what we need. We don't need more of this jive talk, this lying coming from these older politicians. Like, my advice, like, just vet who is in front of you, who you want to pick. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but just look at their policies. Look at their character. Look how they respond to people. Are they cowards? Like both. So the two main candidates, both of them decided not to show up to the debate for whatever reason. And it's just like, it's not for you. It's for the citizens that you're trying to lead. So the only thing you want to do is just be surrounded with people that like you and that won't challenge you. That's a coward to me. They both cowards. How the hell you not go to a national debate? Everyone trying to see how you can articulate your methods of bringing Nigeria forward. Because no one knows. You keep talking about the same thing. We're going to bring jobs. Like, how are you going to do it? We want to see some concrete plan. We want to see some tangibles. What are you offering other than your words in your mouth? Like, who's your team? And that's another thing. Like, Nigerians back home, you gotta understand that not one person can do it all. It's never gonna happen. No one is perfect. What makes systems work, what makes countries run well and efficiently, is everyone has their own part. The president comes in with a team that's going to address the different issues. So the president, whoever they will be, is probably not good with economics, finances. He hires someone that is the best in it, and he boasts about him, and he tells them, okay, this is the track record of this person. Look at his credentials. Someone that's not good with social media or talking to the people, liaison. He hires someone, or he or she hires someone that can address that concern, hearing the concerns of the people, knowing, okay, what methods are best. They understand that it's not me that can do everything. It's not me that can uplift a whole society that has been destroyed by corruption for years upon years upon years. I know I'm not going to do it in 4 years. It's about let's be honest. Like, you're not going to do it in 4 years. You're not even going to do it in 8. It's going to take critical thinking and a mindset of delayed gratification. You need to start having 50-year plans, 100-year plans. We might not even see it. Even if everything is working right and we're on the right track, we might not see the benefits like that. And you have to be cool with that. We're trying to set the groundwork for something that can be great. All these nations that you see, they didn't start off like on the top. They were building. It took years. That's how we need to be. Let's not be selfish. Let's not be, oh, well, I'm not going to see anything, so who cares? I'm just going to look out for myself. All right, then your kid's going to grow up in the same environment, and they're going to be struggling. Is that what you want to see? No matter how much money you give them. Well, I guess it does, but I mean, bury me if you ain't stealing that day. If you ain't making boatloads of money, most likely your children are gonna suffer under this society if it continues the way it is. And you could blame yourself for that. We could blame all of ourselves for that. Like, are we doing anything to really help change stuff, or are we just all complaining? We got the election coming up. I don't want to see the same BS that I've seen in past elections. I don't want to hear about the same, okay, the same thing happening, same old guy in there. I don't want to see that stuff. Other Nigerians in the diaspora, we don't want to see that stuff. Yeah, say I feel, at times I do feel like us in the diaspora, we failed y'all back home. We don't bring our skills back. We don't bring ourselves back. We don't bring our time back. We don't invest in y'all. And it's like y'all left to fend for yourselves, trying to do the best that you can. Like, when I started learning more about Nigeria and just trying to understand the culture and really get a feel for why things are the way they are, I can't blame y'all that are in the country and that do the things y'all do, the corruption part. On all levels. It's not just the presidency, government. It's on basic levels too. When it comes to buying clothes, food. You know, y'all be changing up the prices. I get it now. It's because the government isn't doing its job. So you gotta look out for self. Us in the diaspora, that should like really burn us up when you really think about it. Like, why are we celebrating Nigerians' independence and partying and having fun, and our brothers and sisters are back home freaking suffering? Like, what kind of coon shit is that? Like, that's shameful. We are so out of touch. We don't even know what they're going through. And we celebrating time when we proud to be Nigerians. Some of us don't even want to go there. Man, we gotta come together. Like, even if we don't get the right candidate for this time, that president is one person. The government is made up of people. You develop the people, you empower the people, you invest in the people. Those candidates won't be able to survive. They'll be kicked out. And that's what we need to do. So regardless of whose presidency, we gotta work together. We gotta work together to solve these problems, because they can't do it. They are incapable of doing it. They are incompetent. Both of them. I'm talking about Atiku and Buhari. They're trash. There's no defending them. Stop putting hope in them. Like, I mean, it's there. Like, at this point, you're just fooling yourself. But I don't want to let the conversation just start there. Like, yo, there's something we can do. There's all of us. We send back over $50 billion in charity back home to Nigeria annually, every year. Imagine if that money was put in developing systems, schools, communities, funding for teachers to come over there. Like, damn, man, imagine if we just start thinking long term and start thinking big, in a big way. Nigeria will be different. You'll have candidates that are about substance and about fighting for the people. I mean, that'll be an amazing thing. Also, you'll see a bigger incentive for Nigerians in the diaspora to come back home. Because best believe, yeah, I mean, you know, my brothers and sisters back home, you might think that everything is heaven outside of Nigeria. It's not that simple. Yeah, we got there's some benefits. Of course, I'm not gonna deny that. But it's not all peachy. Like, a lot of us actually would rather be at home. We deal with racism on a daily basis. You know what that does to your psyche? We don't want to go through that. The food, especially in America, food is all poison, having all these health problems. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of us wanna go back home, but we can't do it because there's no incentive. There's no systems in place for us to make that smooth transition. That's what we need, y'all. We also need y'all to campaign for us, to say, yo, you know, the Nigerians in the diaspora, they got some solid skills that we can use over here to help us out. And we all work together, and we start working towards a Nigeria that can be competitive globally. This is not to assimilate to another westernized way of thinking. That's not what I'm trying to have done. It's not what that's going to benefit us as a whole. We need to be looking out for our own best interest, to be following what our ancestors had, how they govern themselves. There's so much that we can be doing that doesn't involve thinking like a Westerner. But because mainstream media paints a picture of Africans as stupid, barbaric, untrained when we're in our natural self, in our natural state. We don't want to be like it. We want to run away. You got Nigerians that going on that journey of going to France. Shit, France is still colonizing other African nations. Like, you want to go there? You want to give them your best? But once I can't put blame on y'all, because a lot of y'all don't know. A lot of y'all ignorant. That's another unfortunate thing. A lot of y'all don't. I'm talking about the ones that at home. Being real, a lot of y'all don't read. Some of y'all maybe just don't got the luxury. You gotta work all the time, or you know, trying to find food. But books don't come easy. Man, when I was touring around University of Ibadan, like, it was, I couldn't believe they didn't have a regular library. The only thing they have is a bookstore, some old books, and outdated, and that's what they got. And it's just like, this is why, how are you going to be competitive globally? The government is not investing in its people, but it wants to take money from other people. It wants to take money from, you know, China, you know them. I ain't trying to make this like a rant, but I guess I'm just voicing my frustrations. Like, damn, man, now I'm talking to, you know, us in the diaspora. How are we gonna keep boasting about we proud to be Nigerian? We doing great. We doing all these good stuff. We getting all these degrees. We doctors and lawyers, but we ain't smart enough to start our own businesses. The only good we can do is work underneath a lot of racist institutions. The only thing we can do is be an employee. We can't create any empires. It's like borrowed power. Like, you don't own shit. You don't own nothing. And we jumping up and down like that's something to be celebrating all the damn time. That's even me. I had to come to that realization. I got 2 degrees. I'm like, what am I doing with it? How am I benefiting my people? Election coming up, man. Let's come on, y'all. Don't just go for the same okie doke, the same candidates that are just not for you. Come around election time, want to start giving out money, some food, want to start getting rid of certain corrupt officials now. Like, that really means anything? It's like, you fake, man. You already showed your hand. Like, look at the people that you're supporting. Look at their background. And educate other people that don't know as much as you. Tell them about, yo, look at this candidate. Look what he did to this state. Look how silent he was. Look what he was talking about. You know, how he was talking about us overseas, abroad. Don't vote for that guy. He ain't got your best interest. Would he vote for you if you was running? I don't know, challenge your thinking, dude. You know, really some critical thinking on these candidates that you know you want to align yourself up with. And then you'll get your answer. No one will have to tell you how to vote. Stop listening to them. It takes work. Don't be lazy about it. You be lazy, you're gonna get the same results. Which is where you at. And then you're gonna complain. You can't complain if you ain't doing your due diligence, if you ain't doing your homework. You just go with, okay, this is easy. I like the way he sounds, and that's it. All right. You all like to read the Bible. You reap what you sow. What you put in is what you get out. So keep thinking the same easy, shortcut way. You're gonna get the same results. Don't expect anything great. it's unfortunate that there's not a lot of channels that are saying what I'm saying. You know, and that's one of the main reasons why I started this channel. I got tired of seeing all the entertainment. I got tired of seeing all the food channels, you know, talking about, oh yeah, this is how it was when I first went to I mean, damn, man, like, I'm not even trying to hate on them, but we sound like children. Let's talk about something that is of substance. Let's sound like we some bosses. Or we trying to make some moves. Us young people. Like, that's what I'm trying to see. Hopefully someone can, you know, take the words I'm saying and run with it and create their own channel. So we're gonna have a network. So we're gonna have a different avenue of voices instead of the same old candidates, same old news stations. Hope no one takes offense to this. I'm just one person, just trying to bring some business-minded topics to the conversation on YouTube for Nigerians in the diaspora, Nigerians at home, Africans, black people. Yo, we we make every other nation great, but we don't seem to take time to invest in ourselves, and you know, that's a big shame. Everyone's saying 2019 is the year of greatness for Africa. Let's make it happen. Let's do something. Like, let's do something that isn't what was done last year, the year before, 10 years ago. Like, it's not giving us the results that we need. I guess that's my challenge to y'all, to think outside the box, analyze everything, analyze everyone, vet everyone, vet every situation. Every situation isn't gonna be easy to understand. It takes time. It takes time and patience. We do that, man. We can do something. We can do something incredible. That's all I wanted to talk about. It's just on my mind. I'm gonna try to put out some more videos about the election, about some of these politicians. I want to try to give a brief breakdown on what they're about, their history, what they stand for, what they have done, their track record, because I don't see anyone else doing it, so I'll just do it. And y'all can kind of see for yourselves. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I don't have any agenda. I didn't grow up in Nigeria, so you can't even say, oh yeah, I'm more towards one party or the other. No, I'm completely independent, but I can see the path that Nigeria is going, and I feel like it's just a crime for me to not say anything. Like, even if one person is listening, like, damn, I gotta at least get it out. But y'all take care, and I'll let y'all later.